Got you right here. This is a CF Rolex I got from Shenzhen for only 120 USD. And it still ticks. Everything is perfect.
There's a hidden truth behind the luxury watch industry, a truth most consumers never see. For decades, brands like Rolex, Omega, and Patek Philippe have been portrayed as paragons of craftsmanship. The Swiss-made label has become a symbol of precision, heritage, and exclusivity. But in recent years, a wave of evidence has begun to expose what really happens behind the scenes, and it's challenging everything we thought we knew about luxury timepieces. Multiple insiders, factory footage, and testimony from watch experts all point to one uncomfortable reality. A significant portion of luxury watch production isn't happening in Switzerland. It's happening in China, specifically in Shenzhen, a city better known for mass electronics than fine horology. Yet today, Shenzhen has quietly become the epicenter of global watch manufacturing. 90% of the world's watches pass through it at some stage. That includes luxury brands with Swiss reputations. Entire components, cases, dials, bracelets, and sometimes even movements are being manufactured in China, then shipped to Switzerland for final assembly. And under Swiss law, that's enough for a watch to be labeled Swiss-made. The law requires that 60% of the production cost occur in Switzerland, but that includes intangible costs like R&D, management, and marketing. So the physical production, what you actually wear on your wrist, could be mostly outsourced. That $15,000 watch, it might have 85% of its parts made in China. It could be assembled by machines. It could be nearly identical to a $200 replica, except for the logo and the box. One former Swatch Group employee revealed that components marked as Swiss often had clear Chinese origins. He was fired after publicly stating that some luxury brands don't even repair your original watch during servicing. They just replace the movement entirely. He also exposed how even premium components like diamond bezels are sourced from Asia, and that most of what consumers believe about handcrafted detail is, in reality, the work of precision machinery. Rolex, one of the most respected names in the game, manufactures over 1.2 million watches per year. That level of volume simply isn't possible through hand assembly. These are mass-produced products, finely engineered, yes, but built at scale. Still, the image of exclusivity persists, thanks in part to branding, marketing, and mystery. But that image is beginning to crack. Leaked footage from inside Chinese factories shows workers assembling watches with unmistakable design similarities to known luxury models. Rows of identical parts, familiar layouts, near-perfect replicas. Sometimes, even official packaging is visible, suggesting these facilities may serve both replica markets and authorized supply chains. Watch experts have begun to confirm it. Veteran dealers are seeing replicas that pass inspection. Even trained professionals can't always tell the difference. Why? Because in many cases, the same factories producing authentic parts use the same tooling to make unauthorized replicas once the day's work is done. One shipment gets boxed with Rolex certification. The other enters the gray market with identical specs. These aren't cheap knockoffs. They include NFC chips, branded manuals, microfiber cloths, every detail copied with precision. And they're often sold online for a fraction of the original price. It's a situation the watch world never expected, and now it's forcing major brands to respond. Rolex recently made an unprecedented move, permanently reducing prices on several of its most popular models, not as a marketing stunt, but as a long-term adjustment to declining perceived value. Because once consumers realize their luxury watch shares a supply chain with replicas and micro brands, the justification for a $10,000+ price tag starts to fade. Gray market dealers have reported slowing sales and rising inventories. Resellers are watching their margins shrink. Collectors are offloading timepieces before prices fall further. What was once an investment, a symbol of timeless value, is now being seen by some as an overpriced commodity. And it's not just Rolex. Many luxury brands rely on Shenzhen-based manufacturing. Some quietly own stakes in factories there. Others use third-party contractors with little oversight. For years, this was hidden. Trade secrecy, vague marketing, and a lack of transparency kept the illusion alive. But the internet has changed that. Factory workers post videos. Whistleblowers share documents. Experts speak openly on platforms like TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. The industry can no longer count on consumers not knowing. the walls of mystique have come down. And so the question becomes, what now? Some brands may adapt. They might embrace transparency, focus on quality, and offer honest pricing. They may tell the real story behind how their products are made. Others will resist change, still hoping.